Now, like landscape photography when you're out in the nature, the weather conditions can play a massive part in the style of photography you're going to come away with. As you can see, we've got a rather overcast day today here on the just on the outskirts of Leeds, but I'm going to stick with it. To share got a new car, there you go. Anyway, I'm going to stick with it. Black and white photography. Shoot with a 50mm today, and we'll see what we can find. Sticking to the normal architectural style, but yeah, very overcast. Might bring some mood today. And yeah, it's a noisy start. It's out of traffic. I always think about these things, you know, when I'm doing a piece of camera. Think about the ambience. It may get quieter, you never know. So it's mid-morning. It's not early morning, mid-morning. So a bit busier. I'm going to head to a different area of Leeds today. Head more to the southeast part of the city, exploring something new. Traffic is always going to be an obstacle when you're shooting in an urban environment. Hey-ho. Right, okay, so what I'm looking at here, a play of shades, but introduce some depth as well. Contrast, all those good words when it comes to black and white photography. Bit of graffiti on the billboards here, but in the background you've got the high-rise building and the lighting posts, as it were. The thing is, when you've got conditions like this, where there's no sun, no shadows cast, then what you've got to play with is different contrasts with things such as reflections, and you've still got the sky and the light surfaces of certain objects, different textures as well. So the light of different objects and surfaces, and as I said, you've got the sky. You've also got a bit of reflection. It was raining quite heavily this morning, hence the reason why I haven't turned up here first thing in the morning. But yeah, lots and lots of things to play with. What's most important though, and I've said this before on previous videos, is the importance to enjoy yourself in new areas, and that's what I'm looking for today, making the most of it. So you've got the contrast of the graffiti here, then you've got the structure, urban lines as it were, the vertical lines, things like that. So I'm in the Granary Wharf area of Leeds. It's a lovely area. Don't really know much about it. But yeah, it's nice, like a semi-rural, urban, modern type of place. Interesting. I'm looking at some reflections at the moment. Reflections bouncing off the river. I think some nice plain lines. See if it works, however. Probably better with a wider lens, but I haven't got that today. I've got the 15mm lens. That's my lens of choice today. Gives that tighter option, tighter frame. Always prefer that instead of a wider lens. So basically I've got the 50 and the 35mm to play with. I've just bought the 50 today. Stop waffling. So what can I do with this? I've just spotted a security guard there in his high-vis jacket. I want to walk down those steps and go along there. I might get accosted. There we go. I managed to get down the steps. There's this reflection here. That security guard's just going to be around this corner, I reckon. No. I'll just move along. Not sure if these are working. I'm basically shooting the reflections themselves. Causing quite a lean to quite an abstract option. You've got these buildings here reflecting in here. So I'm just, yes, it's something different, isn't it? There we go. So important to keep your eyes open. These little gems, the patterns, but I just got in tight and using black and white gives you a better aesthetic, in my opinion. Right, let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. Now, this is what I talked about, reflections of the glass. There's some lovely modern buildings here in Leeds, and there's lots and lots of glass to play with. So looking for patterns, contrasting patterns. You can see there, you've got the lines are curved there. Playing with it basically. So that is exposed to the sky. Where's this plane? Could do with a plane right there in the frame, but yeah. There we go. Tetley's. Right, fancy a pint. Actually, I don't. I'm more of a mocha type of guy these days. Now, just over there is River Aire. There's a River Aire, so I'm going to venture towards that area, see what other gems we can find. But again, just to reiterate, it's all new, is this? All new to me. Obviously been to Leeds many, many times, but this part of Leeds is completely different. So that's exciting. Tell you what works well with black and white. Bit of decay, peeling paint, bare brickwork. That's exactly what I'm looking at now in the Crown Hotel. Love that. In fact, see the contrast between that building and the modern building behind it? Probably can't get a photograph, but the thought's there, isn't it? Look at that. That's seen some life in its time. So nature combined with man-made landscape. Always a good combination. And this is what I've got here. We've got to play shapes here. We've got the roundness of the trees. I don't know what type of trees they are. But then you've got the shapes of the buildings beyond, you know, the nice diagonal lines with triangulars. Great contrast. This would work nice in colour. Shall I show you? So the roundness of the trees. And some more diagonals, regular lines. And that's what I like to see. So I'm going to shoot that. See lime green as well, that works well. But with black and white, it will give me a nice tonal range, he says. Let's just try and line it up. Now I'm shooting aperture priority at the moment, which is handy. Don't know why I told you that. It's irrelevant what sort of mode. You just play around with either mode. Got in manual mode, aperture priority, just play around with the exposure compensation. Whatever, let's get a bit closer. Isolate, try and isolate one of the trees. I love the triangular shapes behind. Well, that's what it's all about. playing with contrast. Getting in a good tonal range as well when you're shooting with black and white. Not just deep shadows and light. It's good to get some range in there as well. Speaking of which, you'll notice I'm shooting with the R6. I'm not the GR3. The GR3 has gone. It's gone. It's a great camera. It's an expensive toy. And I got some great use out of it. Some great options with the high contrast black and white. But I thought to myself, I don't need two camera systems. I'm not a professional. I'm a hobbyist. It's not necessary. So I'm limiting myself just to the R6. And I'm shooting in JPEG, but I'm also shooting in RAW. So I can still apply that high contrast black and white option to my photography. So there you go. There you go. So the system, the GR3 system may have gone, but my approach to photography, especially in urban scene, has not changed. A very much instantaneous approach. See it, snap it, move on. Constantly moving on in this environment. And that's the practice that I enjoy. And that's what it's all about for me, the enjoyment of doing it rather than the end product more often than not. Every now and then I might get an image which I really like, so be it. But the actual being out, seeing things, trying to compose things combined with nature against an urban landscape, that's the fun, that's the chase for me. And so be it. That will never change, never change. And that's just my style. You have your style. So be it. Now, I'm still in an area which I'm really not familiar with. I'm on the southern part of the city centre. I'm going to make my way back towards the car. Thankfully, modern technology tells me how far away of where my car is. Oh yeah, fair walk. Another thing with my urban photography sessions, I seem to walk a hell of a lot. I can feel it, getting a bit of backache. Let's continue though. So somehow I've ended back in the city centre. And my back is killing me. Yeah, I'm knackered. I always set out, a bit loud that, I always set out to have a plan when I do a bit of urban photography, and that's to stick to a certain area, place, but I always deviate. From what I'm doing. And that's because of what I said earlier, the enjoyment of finding the compositions. My mind's constantly ticking, but my body's saying, all right, time to stop. Yeah, my back is telling me that, stop. But I'm going to continue. I'm heading back to the car, closing the session now. It's been about 2-3 hours. Good exploration, and no doubt I'll come back to that area as well with a different light, different conditions. Let's see what we can find. Right, until then, here's the final gallery. Bye bye for now.